Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
So we will wait for
Yeah,
a
sure.
couple of
Yes,
minutes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
Okay. Let's start, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Farmina Nutrition Hour. Today we are going to discuss on an important topic for all the cat parents and for all the pet lovers who aspire to become a cat parent. We are going to discuss on essential guide for cat parents. I am Dr. Anish Pillai, vet manager for Farmina Pet Foods, and with me today our expert is Dr. Vinay Gore. Dr. Gore,
Hello.
he is a, hi sir. Dr. Gore, he is a graduate and postgraduate from Bombay Veterinary College, and he has spent more than 35 years in pet practice. His initial 13 years he has spent in Pune City Zoo. He has also attended several wildlife management courses, Wasava conferences, and other vet CE programs in India and also abroad. He is also the president of Pet Doctors Association Pune, and currently he runs a pet cover multi-speciality hospital in Pune with his son and daughter. Welcome, sir. It's an honor that you are here for our live session.
Thank you, Anish. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned during your introduction, you have spent more
Yeah.
than 3 decades into pet practice.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
for our viewers, can you please tell your experience how the cat evolution, how the cat practice was during your initial days, and how it has evolved right now? And right now, I believe you are sitting in your cat specialty
Yes.
hospital also.
That's right. That's right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right, Anish. Yeah. Well, the journey has been too good and too exciting. I started my career seeing big cats, in fact, from the zoo, tigers and lions and pumas and whatnot. But
I
after
remember
that,
I
yeah,
also remember you saying that you were the one of who did the root canal in
that's
tiger,
right. We did
especially
it on
white
a
tiger.
white tiger. Of course, it was a joint team effort, but that particular tiger had a root canal surgery done on him. And then we fixed a porcelain fused to metal crown also on his tooth. Of course, he very speedily lost it because chewing on big bones, it was not possible to retain it. But still, I mean, that was an effort and we could save his tooth. So yes, the look talking about the domestic cats. When I started my practice in 1985, I could barely see one or two pet cats. Even in my childhood days, we had a cat at home, and I think the fondness for cats has begun then. My mother was very fond of cats and is still. So I mean that maybe inculcated some love for cats in me. But initially, it was not so. Many people did not keep cats at home as a parents, as a pet parents or so. But then now the things are totally different. Now people have started keeping cats and looking at them seriously, and that's how the number of cat patients has increased, and that prompted me to have a separate cat clinic, and we see a lot of cats every day.
Yes. So I also remember my college days. So I did my graduation from Madras Veterinary College, and I completed my graduation in 2008. So in those days, so in Madras Veterinary College, in every department we will have minimum 100 cases of dogs every day. But if you
Yes.
take the cat cases, the number of cats we see every week would be maximum 10. So that was the
True.
difference. But now
True.
we are seeing the rise in the cat population, especially in the metro cities. And what might be the reason? What do you think, sir? What might be the reason for this?
See, cats are so independent, and many people like their independent nature. And the more important thing is they require very less attention. It's not like your dog who needs lots of grooming, bathing, and in terms of keeping him clean, having special cuts and things like that. So cats usually don't require all this, and so they are very easy to keep at home, and they're quite independent. Of course, they need to be fed at home, but sometimes they roam around also and come back home. So people like their free nature. It's like a free spirit. Moving in your house. So they most people like that thing most.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it at my home also, especially my son. So he is 4 years old. So whenever I tell him that we will adopt a puppy, so he always says, "I won't adopt a puppy. I want a kitten." So,
Okay. Right.
but when my parents and my wife, they are afraid. They say that cat may a kitten may hurt him, or second thing, the
Mhm.
kitten, the skin, the hair of the kitten might be
Yes.
allergic to your son.
Yes.
So,
Yes. But
so as an expert, what would be your suggestion while selecting a kitten and bringing it to
yeah.
our family?
Many people have this in their mind, like those who come to us, ask this question: Can I be allergic to the cat hair? What happens if it goes in my stomach? Accidental ingestion. But I try to reassure them: if you don't have asthma, if you don't have any history, you're not going to get anything. Getting a cat home. Of course, there are some these zoonotic diseases which you have to be very careful about, like getting some fungal infection from cats, getting flea bites. These things are common, but then with little care and guidance from your vet, you can easily take care of this. That's what I feel. Selecting a kitten, yes, you have to. If you have a chance to select, because most of the kittens just walk to your house and then adopt you. It is that way, reverse way around. But if you have a chance to select, you should select a kitten with bright eyes, non-runny nose, and general demeanor should be very playful, good fur, and no external parasites. Am I asking for too much? But I mean,
No,
if
no.
if there's the pot belly and all is to be avoided strictly, because then that can be a route for diseases in later life. Of course, pot belly can be temporary if there are worms, but it can be treated properly. But still, while selecting, you have to keep this in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sir, at what age, what would be the ideal age for selecting a kitten?
6 weeks, I would say, because by then the mother has taught all the essentials to the kitten, like
Hmm.
not to be afraid of people, around you, because they know they are pets and they know that the people are not causing any harm. If you go and pick
Hmm.
up a stray kitten, chances are that you are going to get bitten. But this mother can teach a lot of things to the kittens, and so they can be very uh, affectionate to people, small children. So this is very important. Usually you should select a kitten whose mother has been a pet in the house. That helps a
Hmm.
lot. And so a kitten of 6 weeks of age is perfect. That you can keep him in home for a day or two and then take him to a vet for first examination, vaccination, and all. So 6 weeks is the first, earliest we can vaccinate them.
So the biggest challenge, sir, which I have heard from many of the new cat parents, is
Hmm.
that so often whenever they adopt a kitten and bring it to their family, so they
Hmm.
always think it like a puppy, and they always wanted it to play like a puppy, but
Yeah,
which
yeah,
never
yeah.
happens. Which never happens.
Yes,
So
yes,
cat has restricted. Cat always have maintain their own space, and
yes.
that is the actual thing with actual problem when they say that, "Arey, what happened, this is not comfortable with us." So
Hmm.
can you please explain
Yeah,
about its
a
behavior?
kitten has to be very gradually, introduced to the house. to people, to pets in the already that you may have. And so it has to be a very gradual process. You should not try and, catch him very often, just to keep him in your lap. So that is most important. Let him be a cat. You have to always remember that cat is an independent spirit. And so you cannot try to domesticate it unless the cat wishes. So
Mm.
but all said and done, the introduction has to be very gradual. There should be no pets around, no startling noises, no strange people, no, who are not going to be around in the family. So gradually, and the cat has to be fed some warm food, warm milk, not milk exactly, but if it's a kitten of 6 weeks old, some people do prefer giving some milk. But later in life, they don't like milk or they don't take milk also at times.
Mm.
But some gradual introduction, some warm food, showing a place where the cat can, be very happy and comfortable. Usually, they like to be at a place, slightly higher place. So a slightly higher place which dogs are not accessible to is very useful. And most important thing is having a crate for your cat, transport cage or a good transport crate, because that's the way they are very comfortable. So their first night also can be in a transport crate, so that they are very happy, very well protected from the surroundings, and they feel that's a sense of security that they have.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we will take up a question, sir.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Mr. Bhattacharya. So Miss Bhattacharya. So she is
Mhm.
asking, can you throw some light on stomatitis in cats? So for viewers, stomatitis means inflammation of oral cavity. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, of late we have been seeing so many cases of stomatitis. That is because of the wrong feeding mostly, because cats are in nature, they want to tear up flesh, and
Hmm.
that keeps their teeth very, fresh and, without smell, no stomatitis. But here, in by feeding at home, by feeding kibbles that are moistened, many times people make mistake of moistening the kibbles, because the food companies are, having extensive research on this, and they make their kibbles in such a way that there is no injury to the gums, injury to the, and there should not be any tartar buildup. But if you moisten up the food, if you feed the moistened food, for a long time, it can lead to stomatitis. And most cats, I'm sure, don't let their owners brush their teeth. So stomatitis is a major problem. So food has the kibbles have to be dry. As an adult cat, I'm talking about, the kibbles have to be dry. It They can be fed some or given some water to drink after feeding. Stomatitis also can be a result of some systemic illnesses also, like giardiasis, which is also very common. So it can be treated separately. There is some autoimmune condition also in which there is a gingival stomatitis. Autoimmune is the body works against your own body. So then there is lot of inflammation to the gums, to make it simple. And sometimes we have to do total teeth resection in such cats, total removal of teeth. So that leads to, some that gives some relief in this stomatitis case, but that is an extreme. For general stomatitis, we have to give a good physical examination and then look for any tartar buildup or any plaque buildup on the teeth, and then it can be cleaned with ultrasound scaling, which we do very regularly. And then within say 2 or 3 days, this stomatitis resolves. We have to give some antibiotics also, systemic antibiotics. And it is a very painful condition, so needs immediate attention.
Yes, sir. So, talking about stomatitis, so as a cat parent, as a new cat parent, so first thing which comes to their mind to a new cat parent is, what should I feed my kitten? Can I feed the same thing which I was feeding, which I am taking myself, I am eating, or shall I give some dog food? Can I give the same thing which I can give to my dog food, or what should I give? As you mentioned, there are some cat parents who often start introducing milk. So, what is your advice on this, sir?
As in initial stages of life, because they are on cat's milk, so as orphan kittens or so, we try and give them milk. But in later stages of life, they require very energy dense food. Cats eat very low, very small amounts of food, so the food that they get is also has to be very energy dense. And being carnivorous animal, they need to have lots of proteins and fat in their regular foods. So giving a formulated diet or the diet that is tailor made for cats, as you can say, is very important. Because I'm not advocating any, uh, like normal, they are carnivores. So in case of carnivores, they have to get some typical amino acids also from the food. That is taurine, as everyone knows, is a most essential amino acid for them, which helps in keeping their heart fighting fit and beating very well. We have seen so many cases of cardiomyopathies or enlarged hearts or thickening of the heart, which can lead, which can be a result of taurine deficiency. Taurine is unfortunately available in nature in only freshly killed animals. Like if the cat has chance to go out, prey on smaller animals, then they get taurine. But if they don't have this chance, there is no way you can give them taurine except for commercial cat foods, which has a good amount of taurine. So again, I'm coming back to same thing. Giving a scientifically prepared and tailor-made diet really helps.
So,
But
I have also
one more.
seen many. I have also seen, sir, many several NGO associations and also several many of the pet parents they who wanted to give vegetarian diet for their cats. So
No,
I know
cat
an
is not a vegetarian animal. Cat is, yeah, they have a very short digestive tract. You can make out by the digestive tract. They are not omnivores also. They are 100% carnivores. So, I mean, if they don't have anything else to eat, they may do away with vegetarian food, but then having several complications later.
Yeah,
It's
sir.
not
Can you
advisable.
explain? Can you
You,
tell the viewers what are the what would be the complications? What are the complications they may expect if the cat is on a vegetarian diet?
First thing is their skin condition won't be proper. The other thing is their heart won't be proper. It won't be, functioning in a very normal state. The other complications could be some metabolic diseases, some vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Yes, there are several complications.
Okay.
You may be a vegetarian, but your cat is not.
Yes, sir. So for the viewers, the takeaway point is that cat cannot be a vegetarian. Cat is 100% non-vegetarian.
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
I
And
mean, he may eat a kibble or two of a vegetarian food, but it's not the diet for them.
yeah,
Not for life, certainly.
yeah. And sir, uh, when we talk about kittens, the one of the most important point for a cat parent is to keep them healthy is vaccination.
Yes.
So what is the vaccination protocol which a cat parent should follow?
Okay. Normally get to see a cat at the age of say a month or so when they are weaned from the cat parents. So that is the time we give them deworming. And first vaccine we give at our cat clinic at 6 weeks of age, because it has feline panleukopenia, calicivirus, and rhinotracheitis. It's a combined vaccine having three different diseases, and that protects them. Uh, it has to be given after 21 days again as a booster, and then at the age of 3 months we give anti-rabies. And
Hmm.
for some precious cats, we give uh, one more dose of cat flu after the anti-rabies injection. So that is roughly at the age of 4 months. So that completes the first vaccination, first year of vaccination. And then it is given after 1 year only.
Okay.
So this is a normal protocol that we use. But if people come across stray cats that they want to adopt, we give both the vaccines at one shot, and then they are repeated after 21 days. Anti-rabies is quite important also, though we don't see so many rabid cats, but this vaccination is important from zoonotic point of
Okay. Sir, now we have a question from
view.
Miss
Yeah.
Rao. So she's
Mhm.
asking, being pet parent is vegetarian. So what food is best for her cats?
Again, we are coming back to the same point. Uh, Vegetarian food is not recommended for cats, I would say. But if you're a vegetarian, that's your choice. And then if you have a cat at home, feeding ready-made commercial diets which don't look like any non-veg also should help because they are kibbles. You don't see any chicken or fish in that. And if it is required, and if you love your cat, and if it is required by it, we have to give non-vegetarian food.
Hmm. So they can use any commercial diets like NND.
Yes,
So they
because
can
then
try.
it doesn't look like non-veg at all. It doesn't smell. So it's. I would say it's a boon for vegetarian people who can get this diet without even touching the diet. They can still feed it to the cat, and the cat will be happy, and the owner also will be happy.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, and for example, if a pet parent has a dog at his home, is it
Mhm.
recommended to bring in a kitten to their family, or how? If yes, then how can they introduce a new kitten into
Yes,
a family where
we
they have?
have so many families that have both cats and dogs. So, as I said earlier, the introduction is more important. Um, I have, gone across, have, been facing these problems many times, and so introducing a kitten to a dog is at times very difficult, and dogs can get aggressive, kitten can get aggressive. In fact, in the process, dogs can have serious injuries on their eyes, nose, and because cats are very quick, dogs are not that quick at times, and so they can hit in a flash. So the owner also has to be very careful while introducing them. I would say getting the dog used to the smell of the cat is most important. What you can do is rub some tissue paper at the anal area and the nostrils, nasal area of the dog, or maybe on the general body of the cat, and then keep those tissue papers, lying around in the dog's area where the dog is, so that it is the dog is introduced to the smell of the cat
Hmm.
and won't feel very surprised when he sees the kitten. Usually, if a kitten is very docile or submissive, he will be on the back, and usually then the dogs won't attack such a kitten. But considering the enmity between dogs and cats, it's always uh, wise to introduce them slowly.
Okay. Okay. Sir, and talking about kittens, so they are new to the environment. Kittens are new to the environment, and there are chances they may get
Hmm.
many diseases or infections.
Yes. Hmm.
So, what are the common diseases which a cat parent should be aware about kittens, and how can they develop immunity in kittens?
Hmm. Okay. Now I'm talking about the general conditions for which the kittens are brought to our clinic.
Hmm.
One major thing is indigestion because, like, they're fed, sometimes they're fed wrongly, they're fed more, or not the things that they should have, and it leads to indigestion. Normally, we don't use antibiotics in cats because of their short digestive tract and their you know uh, the microflora can get disturbed. So we normally use some Ayurvedic medicines or the similar medicines which help in digestion and help control this vomiting or diarrhea episodes. Um, Other most important thing is parasites for the internal and external parasites for which some excellent medicines are available nowadays, and we use them. Cat flu is, one of the emerging diseases, I would say. We see so many cases with lower WBC count, because there are no very reliable tests available. There are tests available to find out about the cat flu and all, but they're not very reliable. I won't say 100%. So we have to go by the hematology studies also. So I mean, cat flu is also one of the diseases that we are seeing. Rhinotracheitis is there, herpes is there. These are some of the viral diseases that we see every day. We see some jaundice cases also in kittens. There are anemias, some eye problems also at times. We see ear mites, several problems, I would say. So when you acquire a kitten, I would say a general checkup by a vet is utmost important. A thorough body checkup, that is very important. And then
And I
vaccination, deworming
and I
vaccination.
and I think the point is very important because dogs, whenever they have any disease, they try to show the symptoms
Yes,
or try
yes,
to exhibit to the pet parent that I am not well. But for a cat, they will always exhibit the symptoms at the
yes,
extreme.
yes.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it
Cats
is.
are very adept at hiding their illnesses. They don't
Hmm.
want to show it to their owner that they are not well.
I think it is adapted from the past because when they were in the
Yes.
jungle, so they will
Yeah,
never try to show their weakness
very
so
true.
that
Very true.
they may get attacked by the predators. Yeah,
And
sir.
I have seen one more thing, like cats respond to treatment also in a very nice way and
Uh,
quickly. If you
uh-huh.
compare dogs and cats, cats get much better, in a short period of time. That is
Yes,
also
yes,
one important thing.
yes.
Yes. You were saying something,
So
Anish?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Again, the same question from Miss Rao. She's asking
Yeah.
how to introduce an adult cat. So we have talked about kitten introducing to a dog. So now, if they wanted to introduce a puppy to an adult cat, what should they do?
Okay. The puppy has been in the house for a long time. Oh no.
Uh,
Or
that's it.
she's
That
getting a puppy. That is more important.
yeah, because
Okay. Let's think of both the things. She
yeah,
has a 6 months old dog and you are getting an adult cat.
yeah,
You have to be very careful. This adult cat can, injure your dog seriously. So you have to be very gradual. You have to check what is the reaction. Then only you introduce.
hmm,
With an adult cat in the house and a small puppy is coming, usually there should not be a problem because this cat has been around and she knows she's the boss in the house. So this is a new puppy coming in, and usually there won't be a problem.
yes, okay, okay.
But
Generally,
if you plan to keep a dog and a cat, I would advise to keep kitten and a puppy together.
okay.
Adopt or maybe bring in the house together. So then they are
Okay.
real friends.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Childhood friendship, you can say.
Yes, sir. And sir, one common complaint which every cat parent says is that my kitten drinks less water or my cat drinks less water. So, what would be your advice on this, sir?
Yeah. Cats drink less water only. If he drinks more, you have to rush to the vet because it's a sign of illness. And
Okay.
they get most of the water, from their food. If you give them moist food, if you give them uh, or if they have some freshly killed animals or meat, so that they derive lots of water from them. So they require also their water requirement is also low as compared to dogs because dogs are panting all the time and they lose a lot of water through that. Cats, if they're panting, it's again a serious illness, a serious issue. You have to rush to the vet.
Hmm.
And this complaint should not be, paid attention too much because as it is, they're going to take less water.
Okay. Sir, and if you as a vet, you may be seeing a lot of urinary stone cases in cats, or urinary
Yes.
stones or
Yes.
urinary complaints. Is it
Yes.
something related to the water consumption?
Uh, it, I would attribute it more to the holding of urine because you see male cats, they try to hold urine and then spray it everywhere to have territory marking. It can be
Hmm.
a result of that. It
Hmm.
can attribute to the acidic nature of the urine or the scalding nature of urine, I would say, not exactly acidic, because it can, uh, the integrity of the bladder can have effect if the urine is retained in the bladder for a long time, and bladder lining can be lost, and this forms a mucus plug and can obstruct a male cat. I have seen more cases of urinary urethral plug obstructions rather than calculi. Though
Hmm.
we have removed a good number of calculi from cats by surgically,
Hmm.
but the mucus plugs are most common, and female cats have these stones which we have to remove normally.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So
there's a lot of slurry in the, if you do ultrasound examination, there's a lot of slurry in the bladder. So this is like the lost epithelium. So we have to give something to, control the epithelium in cats, the bladder epithelium, integrity of the bladder epithelium. So it reduces the number of calcula, the plugs and such cases. But yes, we have been using oxalate and struvite foods from by Farmina, and they are excellent. And ND urinary is also used very commonly. It is good for maintenance because struvite you can't keep on giving for a long time. You have to shift to a basic maintenance diet. So ND urinary also we are using, and it's a very good food. Even oxalate crystals are also seen, and that food also helps a lot.
okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And sir, one more thing. So once the kitten becomes an adult,
Mhm.
so in adult stage, what are the common diseases which a pet parent can experience? Cat parent can experience.
Again, indigestion I would rate as most common by wrong feeding or the cat straying away and eating some wrong kind of foodstuffs. Indigestion cases we see a lot. Cat flu after say 1 or 1.5 years of age is also very rare. So as an adult, you don't expect to see that. Then you see lots of hepatitis cases, jaundice cases. Then due to inactivity, there are lots of obesity cases. So obesity cases are on the rise. Then there is diabetes, which is also very common in cats, and you can come across hyperthyroidism also, and some heart issues, lung problems. They are again like sporadic, but not very common, but we do see them.
Okay. Okay. Sir, for the cat parents who have female queens at their home, if they are single female queens, and if they are not going for a breeding, so will there be any complication? Will the queens come across any
No,
complication?
usually it's not like dogs, which are very likely to have pyometra at the later stages of their life. But it's always better if you get the cat spayed because then it saves lots of problems. Some antisocial things I would say because they have lots of cat calls and male cats are also after female cats, and then there's lots of noise and commotion is there. So it's always better if you have them neutered or spayed at the right age. Right age is 6 months, I would say. So, and that doesn't cause any problem with the growth of the cat. It's many people think that if the uterus and ovaries are removed, the growth will be hampered. So it's not so. Growth is totally different parameter and not dependent on this.
Okay.
So, I mean, neutered cats are really very, manageable, I would say. Only thing, some downside is like putting on weight and all, but some special foods also help for that. It is required and can be fed. It can be controlled very easily.
Sir, a common question for from the cat parents who have neutered their pets. So you
Mhm.
mentioned that 6 months is the ideal age. So during
Yes.
when the cat is 6 months old, so
Mm.
he or she might be a kitten. So
Mhm.
and obesity is a problem which is related to neutering, which is
Mhm.
so
Yes,
if the
hormonal
cat,
deficit.
if
Mhm.
the cat is an adult, they can go for a neutered diet. If the
Mhm.
cat is a kitten, what are the things
Mhm.
which they should keep in their mind?
Uh, you have to go by the guidelines of feeding because most I have seen most people are surprised at the amount of food that is mentioned on the pack. You know, if an adult cat is to be fed 60 grams, people have shock of their life. But which is true. I mean, that it's a being energy dense food, only 60 grams is sufficient. And so if people are giving 120 grams, I have got a small electronic weighing scale in my office and I show them how much is to be fed. And
Hmm.
looking at the, unbelievable, feature or maybe expression on their face, I can make out that they are feeding too much. They say we open a bag and keep on, feeding them all the time. No,
Hmm.
and the cat is also after the pet parent to, have food all the time. So that is naturally going to lead to obesity. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So you have to be very careful feeding your cat. Go by the standards that are on the written on the pack of the food bag. So just go by that. Don't feed more. So if kittens are fed in that particular gram, advisable gram quantity, they won't, become obese. And kittens are as it is having good activity moving around. So activity is the key. Sometimes we do this for animals in the zoo. We hide food at different places. So cat has to go and search, look for it,
Such.
so
Yeah.
that there is activity. Here, if you have a couch cat and if you feed it then and there only, it's not going to move and naturally have obesity. So cat has to remain active. You have to play with her, maybe keep it active.
Actually, this is very good information, sir. Because for a cat parent, every time they always feel that how can increase the activity. Because
Yes.
people adopting cats, the trend came because of one of the major reason is because of the space constraint. And
Mm-hmm.
with the limited space, how can I give active? How can I increase the activity level to my pet?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
your answer was actually a very good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So
Hide food
and
at several places. Don't give it at one time. You have to keep it spread and get the
and
activity
playing is one more important,
playing.
most important point.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
because as the cats go older, they lose their instinct to play. But I
Yes.
have seen my own cats. We had and we were playing with them. So at the age of 6, 7 years, also they were playing with us. So that is like you have to interact with it and keep playing with it.
Yes, 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 yes. So you develop actually some telepathy, you can say, some
Yes,
communications. Yes.
true, true.
Yeah. So we have discussed about obesity because obesity is one important point because a survey says that more than 50 percentage of the pet cats are obese.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
neutering was one reason for that. So what are the other reasons for obesity, sir?
The reason could be inactivity, diabetes. If they develop diabetes, they can become very obese because it's unlike dogs. Dogs with diabetes usually lose weight.
Hmm.
Cats grow obese. And
Yes, sir. This is diabetes is also one thing which is on a rise. So whenever I discuss about cat cases with my
yeah.
friends, so
Hmm.
they often say that they used to get a lot of diabetes cases these days.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what would be the reason for that, sir? And how can they take care of their cats during this particular disease condition?
Diabetes is, in cats is because of two very important reasons. One is energy dense food and no exercise. In
Hmm.
humans also, diabetes without exercise can kill you. So you have to be active. And, in case of cats also, the food, energy dense food is good, but you have to give it in certain limitation. So that
Hmm.
limit has to be followed. If a cat wants more, you can't just keep on giving it. And the other thing is activity, as we were mentioning. Play with it, let it have some good, exciting life. Because it is difficult because in a small flat it can be difficult. But if you're lucky to have a courtyard or so, they can play, come back, and that keeps them active. It's not possible all the time. So in the house only you have to keep them active.
Manage. Yes.
Yes.
So again, a question from Ms. Rao. So she is asking, my cat is 6 years old and she is 2.7 kgs. Is this the right weight? I feel she is underweight. Please share on this.
What is the breed? Or it's an Indian cat?
Ms. Rao, you should, please, can you please mention the breed?
Right weight, there is a letter answer. Meanwhile, I'll tell you. Right weight or right body conditioning, there is a chart, as we all know. Just to make it simple, I would say the ribs should be palpable and not visible. That
Hmm.
is the general guideline. Ribs, you should be able to palpate the ribs. They should not be hidden under a lot of fat, but it should not be visible also. If the ribs are visible, your cat is thin. If the femur bone is palpable, your cat is thin. So you have to go by that criteria. Some Indian cats at 6 year old
She
and
has
about
she has added
Persian.
Persian cat.
Persian, there is a serious problem. Very, very underweight, I would say.
Okay.
Uh,
So
so she has to, go by the nutritional advice. Although the weight is known, go by the nutritional advice. Look for some other conditions like hyperthyroidism, which can keep a cat thin. So she has to look for that. Some liver abnormalities, liver disturbances, cystitis. So many conditions are there that can keep a cat thin.
hmm. So, Ms. Rao, the advice from Dr. Gore is that you should immediately consult your vet and you should find out what would be the reason for your emaciation. We say it as emaciation.
Get a biochemical test done.
Yeah. So when a cat is obese, on controlling the diet. So she is asking what to do. So as mentioned by Dr. Gore,
Yeah.
so you have to
You have
consult
to,
your vet.
yes, and get some biochemical test done, a laboratory test done for liver and kidney. That can explain it a bit. In cats, pancreatitis is not very common as in dogs. That can make a cat thin. Um, Diabetes also is worthwhile checking, and any gastrointestinal disturbances, fat losing enteropathy, that also can be there.
So she is
If
mentioning that
she's
she is
not
not a.
eating, yeah, she's asking, she's not eating, though she's very active. Well, I would advise if she goes and gets all these tests done, and if all the tests are normal, she should not worry.
Hmm. Okay, sir. Sir, and one common question generally among the pet parents. So uh, everyone know that cat is a clean animal, hygienic animal.
Yes.
Okay. So should we give bath to a cat, or when a cat parent brings in a kitten, at what age should they give a bath? First bath.
3 months, I would say, is the right time to give first bath. Before that, we advise sponging with the good towels, wet towels, or there are some dry baths available which can be sprayed onto the onto the cat's skin and then wiped off later. That makes it very clean, and so these are advisable at such age. And though the cat keeps itself clean, some white cats do need a good amount of grooming and to make them, sparkling white. So it's required, and it helps also.
Hmm.
But generally speaking, they keep themselves clean. But
Hmm.
Persians and all need lots of grooming. You have to
Hmm.
keep on, combing them, getting the mats out, or it can get seriously dirty.
And sir, what about constipation? So we often see that cats licking themselves. And is there is it directly related to the constipation seen in cats?
Well, cats, we see so many constipated cats as well. There is a condition called megacolon, which is very common in aged cats. They lose their elasticity of the colon, and food gets keeps on getting accumulated there. So, if the cat is not, so every cat owner must have at least have one look at the cat litter, where whether the cat has passed proper urine stools or not. So if the stools are not seen, it can lead to serious constipation and has to be treated seriously and at times very aggressively. Sometimes in very bad cases, surgical correction is required. So
Hmm.
constipation is one such thing that needs to be attended to immediately. There are some medicines like mozapride, cisapride, which have to be given that keeps their bowels clean and bit activated. But feeding is the key. You have to either, if the cat is too much constipated, you have to shift to some wet foods also. That helps. And some medicines can be added to the food every day so that, like your lactulose, so that their motions are normal. One more thing is about as we are talking about motions and urine, if the cat tends to lose the toilet training, like if it's not passing in the cat litter, there's a likelihood of having mucus plugs in the bladder. And some,
Hmm.
they lose all their training and then they try to pass urine everywhere in the house, leaving the cat litter tray away. So
Hmm.
this is also a serious sign, and uh, visit to a vet is most important.
Yes, sir. So you were discussing, you were telling us about the cat litter. So this
Yes.
is also one thing where every cat parents require an information, because selecting a cat litter is one of the most important thing for a cat parent. So what
Yeah.
would be your advice? How they
There
should
are
select a cat?
there are three types of cat litters majorly available. One is bentonite, which is like a clay, and it clumps when urine or stools are passed on it. So you have to use something like a sieve and get the whole stuff out, and the rest of the cat litter can be kept there maybe for a maximum for a week or so. The other one looks like sand, but it's not sand. It absorbs urine and stools. The third one is the biodegradable material which can be flushed in the toilets. And this, in my opinion, is the best for the city dwellers because you can't clearly dispose the sand or bentonite litter properly. So biodegradable litter is the best. So that, if you ask me, that is the best choice. Though expensive, but it's very useful.
Okay, okay, okay. Sir, and one more concern from the cat parents' point of view is that scratching the owners. So is it harmful? What are the things which they should keep in their mind?
If the cat is kept properly, well vaccinated, scratching, yes, it can lead to injuries. But then, if you take proper care and clean the scratched area and apply some betadine or so, you're not likely to get any infection. So that is a general guideline, I would say. It's not harmful, not life-threatening, unless you are a diabetic, and you should not have any wound on your body. Then scratching can be a problem. I had a client from Japan who used to, uh, his cat had nail covers to protect from getting scratched. He was
Okay.
diabetic, his cat was diabetic. So, he had nail covers. Fit. I asked him, I was very curious. I asked him, where did you get this from? He said, in Japan, it's a regular feature. We get so many nail covers, and they're blunt. They can't
Huh.
injure you if you have a nail cover.
So Mr. Yadav, he has asked, sir, please spread little bit idea about social adoption of cats.
I believe by social adoption he means adoption of stray cats.
Yes.
Yes. Uh,
Yes.
well, yes, it is a. I would say it's a good thing to do because behaviorally, cat is a cat whether you get it from a breeder or uh, from the roadside. Only thing is you have to get it as a young animal, like as a kitten, maybe of all of 2 months of age, maximum 3 months of age. Then they can have good temperament, live in the house properly. But such cats, I must caution him that they have to be taken to the vet first before getting them to the house because they can have external parasites, some worms that can be zoonotic, transmitted zoonotic to humans. So first visit to a vet is very important. Get it thoroughly cleaned, checked, vaccinated, then adopt.
Okay, sir. So, sir, we have come to the end of the session. So, before leaving, I would request you, as an expert, can you please give a takeaway message to all our cat parents and for the pet lovers who want to become a cat parent? A takeaway message.
We, amongst vets, we see cat is going to be the new future because lack of space, lack of areas where you can walk the dog, and general constraints. I would say people are adopting more and more of cats. So, well, yes, they form very good companions. They make very good companions. They'll, shower affection on you, though they are interested more in the surroundings rather than people, as dogs are. But I mean, they are very good animals to keep in the house. They make very good companions, and they will, give joy to you as a little pup also can give. So do adopt one or keep one, and it's a good thing to keep. Yeah, good
Yeah.
pet animal to keep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Most
for
welcome.
giving your time, and thank you for sharing your insights and answering all our questions and our viewers' doubts also. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Our,
Thank you.
yeah, and for the viewers, thank you to raise your questions, and for the viewers who are going to see the live session after the live session. So please, if you have any doubts, please post in the comment box. We will assure you that we will DM you either through the Farmina Facebook page or Dogspot page. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.